I believe it was Diddy that came to that room and did the job himself.
I know that you were the first, one of the first ones at Clive's party to speak about Whitney's passing the other day.
Yes.
And that was, did you know her well?
Yes, I did.
He says prosecutors portrayed him as a monster who controlled people and plied them with threats, money, brandishing guns.
After those messages between Diddy and Cassie were read in court, everyone believed that Diddy would actually get out of this problem.
Combs' habits. If he was a high-functioning addict. When asked what Combs was addicted to, Ventura's response was success.
He appeared to have a chance. However, when Cassie's evidence thrust the Whitney Houston case back into the public eye, she completely changed the course of events.
According to the coroner's report, and metabolites were also identified and were contributory to the death.
That is true. Diddy then made a complete mess in court. What actually happened then? Cassie said what? What role does Whitney Houston play in this? Let us dissect it. Cassie has finished 2 days of emotionally charged evidence in court, describing the psychological and physical abuse she claims Diddy inflicted on her. When Diddy's attorney, Anna Estavo, attempted to change the subject during cross-examination, the situation became even more heated. Estavo cited a February 2012 incident in which he said Diddy took too many medications. Yeah, Cassie replied when she asked whether she remembered that.
About Combs' habits. If he was a high-functioning addict. When asked what Combs was addicted to, Ventura's response was success.
According to Cassie, they went to an S club in San Bernardino and had one of those crazy freak-offs that evening. Cassie claimed she left the Playboy house after Diddy reportedly hosted a party there. She simply returned home. However, that is what attracted the attention of netizens J.A., who reportedly discovered a lead that led to Connect Dots, which came to the conclusion that Diddy and Clive Davis might have both planned Whitney's murder. There is no denying that Clive Davis is a true industry titan. He has, however, had his share of scandals and controversies. Much like the majority of powerful people in the industry, he has been the target of numerous accusations, inquiries into his private life, and rumors regarding the less spectacular aspects of the yearly parties he hosts. Let us not forget, if you see what I mean, the rumors that he allegedly made Diddy get down on his knees for financing Bad Boy albums.
And Clive Davis, have they ever had anything past business?
Clive appeared to distance themselves from Diddy when he was arrested. Diddy is reportedly still invited to Clive Davis's spectacular pre-Grammy party, despite the fact that he was already facing significant criticism from a group of women's essay claims prior to the lawsuit. Rumor has it that puffies are always invited to parties and are treated like VIPs. No inquiries were made. Here's the twist though. In 2024, a perceptive observer saw that Diddy was not quite prominent on the digital invitation for the party. Prior to 2024, he was the center of attention with 3 glam pictures. However, he hardly made an appearance in 2024, merely lounging behind Jay-Z and Beyonce from the 2020 celebration he attended. Recall that Chaka Khan provided insight into the Whitney Houston murder, which occurred in a hotel where Clive and Diddy were hosting a Grammy party. She chastised Clive Davis for throwing a party at the Beverly Hilton only a few hours after Whitney Houston's untimely death. Khan referred to Davis's choice as total craziness in an interview on CNN's Piers Morgan Tonight, expressing shock and displeasure.
And knowing Whitney, I don't believe that.
In her frank comments, Khan considered Whitney Houston's personality and implied that she would not have wanted the performance to continue in those conditions. Given the significant influence Davis had on Houston's life and career, Khan's criticism emphasized how insensitive it was to have the event in the same building where Houston had died.
She was the kind of woman that was to stop everything. I'm not gonna be.
When the 10-time Grammy Award winner arrived in Los Angeles, she was devastated to hear of Whitney Houston's passing. Initially, she had planned to attend Clive Davis's annual celebration. Chaka Khan said the news had paralyzed him. Given Houston's history with addiction, she also questioned why she was in Los Angeles for a whole week before to her pre-Grammy performance.
I couldn't put on makeup. I couldn't get dressed. I couldn't do anything. I was paralyzed. I couldn't do.
There have been many cases in the entertainment sector where artists have fallen victim to DA while working hard at their jobs. Whitney Houston was no different. Her continuous struggle with smoking and DA, along with her declining health, clouded her entire career until it reached an irrevocable tipping point.
It's my heart. It's what I want and what I don't want.
Nobody makes me do anything I don't want to.
Assert that Diddy may be responsible for Whitney's addiction, because this is the only response we have so far, considering the background of Cassie's testimony. Additionally, Whitney was discovered overdosing in the hotel room, according to the autopsy report, and Cassie's testimony implies that Diddy was also overdosing at the time. I said, she said. He took a very strong opioid that night. We didn't know what was happening, so took him to the hospital. In addition to Chaka, Jaguar Wright offered an explanation for Whitney's demise. She reveals what she thinks actually transpired the night Whitney passed away in a video that is making the rounds online, and it goes far beyond the official accounts. She clarified that Whitney had discovered a risky solution. Jaguar claims that just before she passed away, Whitney sent Brandy a note, something that did in fact happen in public on the red carpet. Brandy was frightened after reading the note, which revealed important details regarding what Whitney had found.
Brandy read the note, got scared, and went back and told her brother Ray J.
Claimed Ray J, Brandy's brother, who was apparently seeing Whitney at the time, was then informed. According to reports, Ray J then returned and informed Diddy of the contents of the memo. Jaguar implies that Diddy brought the material to music boss Clive Davis after learning what Whitney allegedly knew. From there, things become more gloomy. According to Jaguar, Diddy told Ray J to enter Whitney's hotel room and make her comfortable. Jaguar thinks Diddy went into the room himself and finished the job once she was at ease, suggesting that he was directly responsible for Whitney's demise. Asserted that Diddy later attempted to appear and console Whitney when Ray J was detained at the hotel for hours after the incident, preventing him from leaving. That day, Whitney Houston, along with her family and friends, checked into the Beverly Hilton Hotel as the biggest names in the music business gathered in Los Angeles for the Grammy Awards. Houston's mentor, Clive Davis, had a pre-Grammy party before the Grammys as a tradition. Houston's assistant, Mary Jones, laid her dress out on the bed and walked out of the room as the celebrations for that evening got begun. Before the coroner's report shed light on what happened during the short time Jones was away, it was unknown why Houston was found unconscious and face down in a bathtub filled with water when she returned. Houston was tragically declared dead at the site at 3:55 p.m. that same day.
Happened here at 3:43 yesterday afternoon when a member of Houston's entourage located her body inside this hotel. So far, police and the coroner are refusing.
Additionally, when conducting the investigation, the authorities found a spoon that had a white, crystal-like substance near Whitney Houston, as well as an open bottle of champagne. During the post-mortem, a number of drugs were also discovered in her system, including an antidepressant, a muscle relaxant, and an allergy medication. According to the coroner's report, which was made public a few weeks later, Houston's death was caused by heart disease and the usage of C. Additionally, the use of D's was at the center of Diddy's lawsuit at the time. In addition to drinking, there are rumors that he coerced other rappers into using the drug, and he is dealing with that in court.
Holmes allegedly used lies, threats, and violence to threaten and coerce women to have sex with him in front of male escorts.
Connected to Diddy in a lawsuit brought by Rodney Jones, Diddy's former song producer. He alleged it was required all employees from the butler, the chef, to the housekeepers to walk around with a pouch or fanny pack filled with CGHB, ecstasy, M gummies, 100, 250 millig's each, and Tucci, a pink D that is a combination of ecstasy and C. According to the lawsuit, Diddy preferred a drug called Pink C, 2CB, or 2C. This chemical is a combination of ecstasy and C and is categorized as phenylethylamine, 2CB.
Is the coach, but they take the ketamine and cook it up, and they fold it into the cup.
Diddy's excessive use of such unpleasant chemicals during his freak-offs is a cause for concern in his current circumstances. Many individuals are now beginning to understand that this chemical may be the cause of what transpired in separate bedrooms behind closed doors. Given the past of his victims, Jaguar Wright is among those who have publicly asserted that Diddy may have used this kind of D. The D can numb any type of pain since it is so powerful. Because of this, many of his victims are unable to recall the specifics of their ordeal.
How many times I got some D? This is wild.
Now, since Clive and Diddy have been close since ages and both have same desires, these people suggest that it might be possible that Clive, with the help of Diddy, might have made Whitney addicted. During one of their parties, they might have taken advantage of her and overdosed, which ultimately led to her death. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.